Hello everyone, it's Ruby here today. So I thought that I would do a video about stretching ears, both my own experiences as well as what I've researched and understood from other websites and other piercing parlors. So I'm not a trained professional in any sort of way. I'm not a piercer, tattoo artist, or doctor. So if you have severe problems with your ears, or if you have questions relating to health or that sort of thing, best bet is to either research it or to actually go to a designated person for that. Just to let you know. So there's a couple of ways to start piercing. So there are a couple of ways to start stretching. Which really depends on sort of how big your piercing is already, as well as sort of aesthetic reasons or how you want to go about it. So like there's weights and just sort of waiting for it to get to the next size, and there's tapers and tape and all these sorts of different things. But I sort of went through the conventional method, partially because my holes had been pierced by like a piercing gun, so they were already really tiny, and also because I noticed that my skin wasn't very forgiving. So I would have plugs in for a very long time and they still wouldn't stretch out very easily. So to wait for them to sort of stretch to the next size by themselves didn't make any sense. Like if I take these out, they'll still go down a size even after about a day. But again, I haven't had them that long, about 2 years, so maybe that's just something people have to deal with. So anyways, so I started with tapers, which are these. They're cone-like things that stretch you to the next size. And you put them through your ears like that, except not when you have that big of a hole, and it gets you there, and then you put in a plug. I've seen a lot of people who've had like acrylic tapers that they keep in their ears as sort of like a fashion statement. And if you're planning to stretch your ears, that's a very bad idea. That's something that across the board people are telling others not to do. Sometimes people can pierce, or sometimes people can stretch their ears that way, and if they can, good for them. But the acrylic is very porous, so it could stick to your ears, it could cause infections, and keeping tapers in your ears means that your ears could heal according to that shape. So they could actually heal with one side being bigger than the other, and that is not a good idea, especially if you're planning to put anything in your ears other than tapers. So yeah, but the other thing about acrylic is that it's cheaper. So I think people tend to go, oh, it's fine, it's $5, it'll work well enough. And I totally agree with that. I think you should get cheap ones. But what I did is I actually went online and I bought a set of tapers. And looking back, it might have not have been the best idea. I think I got them off of eBay. I have no idea if the store was reputable. I'm pretty sure the bag was sealed. Still sanitized them. But I ended up getting every size that I needed up until a 0 gauge, which is that size. And that's, I think, the biggest size that people are sort of willing to go through to with tapers. Anything bigger than that is sort of unrealistic. And so what people do instead is they use tape. And I actually used tape a little bit before that because there's a bigger jump before that and my ears were unforgiving. So I used tape. There's a couple different kinds of tape to use. The best is the kind that is water resistant. Not electric tape, not sellotape, not masking tape, none of those. You use either plumber's tape, like PTFE I think it's called, or bondage tape, which is actually this here. And this only sticks to itself, which is really good. So it doesn't stick to your ears, it just sticks to itself. And you wrap it around a plug and you stretch each layer. So you do like 1 layer a week or 1 layer every 2 weeks, and then eventually it'll stretch around the same amount of time. I found this to be sort of the most comfortable way and the easiest way for me, because then my ears, instead of still going through a bigger jump at one point, kind of went through smaller jumps at smaller points. And so you don't even realize that you've kind of gone up a size until you go, oh, wait a second, there's like 4 layers on here. maybe I should check. So that's what I did. All right, so you figured out what you want to use to stretch. Now to actually stretch them. So you should probably do it after your shower, when your hands and your ears are clean, and when the warm water has helped with your ears, to put some sort of lubrication on them, and then to put them through and to make sure that there's no pain or bleeding, because that indicates that there's something wrong. There shouldn't be any pain, or at least minimal pain. I actually found that my ears were like not stretchy at all. They were not forgiving at all, so there was usually some pain involved for myself. I think that ended up causing some problems with my ears, so if I were to do it again, I'd probably wait a couple more weeks between each stretching. But I mean, it's up to everybody else too. I mean, if your ears are stretched within 2 days, if they're actually like ready to go, why not? But you should probably make sure that they're at least healed first. There's a couple things you can use too to help with healing. One of which is sea salt in warm water, which you put in a shot glass and you just soak your ears in, as well as putting some sort of cream on them. I also have, this is sort of, it was in the shower, so it looks kind of gross, but it is holy butter, which is a vegan balm for stretched earlobes. And I saw it and it was sort of expensive. So there it is, sort of expensive. So I didn't get it for the longest time, and once I did, it was absolutely amazing. Your ears start to get itchy after a while when you have stretched ears, and this just takes away the itch. It takes away everything. It makes your ears nice. And the other thing is jojoba oil, which actually helps for both skin and hair. There's that. So that is also, I think, to be used for wooden plugs, because wooden plugs can't really be washed with water because they will expand or they will lose their grain or something of that sort. So the best thing to use is oils like these. Also a very good investment. Still kind of expensive, but it's oil. Like, it's not like this is going to be one treatment, right? So I think that's everything. It was a little bit long-winded and probably not the best explanation of stretching ears, but if you were to take anything away from this video, the things to remember is that stretching your ears depends on your body. So how long it takes for you to stretch each millimeter depends on how your body reacts to stretching. Also, to use things like stainless steel and to sanitize your instruments and to wash your hands, because it is an open wound, and to treat it like that. And also, if you're having problems, go to a piercer, go to a doctor, they'll sort you out. So I'm going to do a second part to this video, and that's going to be my plug collection. And it's not very big, but I bought it right after or during stretching my ears, and so it's sort of like a starter kit. And so you'll be able to see that soon as well on my channel. So check it out. Also check out my blog, which will have more information than what I already said. And comment down below if you liked it or if you have any questions. Yeah, all right, see you.